The movie Head of State, 2025, opens with a grand festival in full swing. Amidst the colorful celebration, we meet Noel, played by Priyanka Chopra. While she seems like just another face in the crowd, Noel is actually an undercover MI6 operative working alongside the CIA. Their mission is to capture a notorious arms dealer named Victor, a man feared for supplying weapons across the globe. The agents soon spot Victor, but things quickly get complicated when several lookalikes appear in the crowd, making it nearly impossible to identify the real one. Noel insists that no matter what, they must catch all of them.
Stay on your mark, Jax.
Still no facial recall.
Request the patch!
We have a request. Russian arms dealer, Victor.
Noel?
Suddenly, a van pulls into the crowded square, something that immediately raises suspicion. Unknown to Noel, a second van full of armed men is also lurking nearby. In moments, the men storm out, unleashing gunfire on the CIA and MI6 operatives. A fierce shootout erupts, leaving most of Noel's team dead. The attackers then hack into the MI6 surveillance van, stealing classified data. Noel tries to stop them, but she is shot and collapses as the enemy escapes with her vehicle. Her fate remains uncertain. Dead or alive, we don't yet know. The scene then shifts to England, where the Prime Minister is watching news coverage on television. The broadcast focuses on U.S. President Will, once a popular film actor turned politician, now known for blending humor with leadership. Will is scheduled to meet with Sam, another influential leader, to finalize a series of critical agreements between their countries. However, news soon arrives that the mission in Spain has failed. MI6 operatives were wiped out. Despite the grim news, Will is shown enjoying the perks of his presidency, living with his wife, children, and a dedicated assistant named Bredso. He is advised to behave diplomatically with Sam, since their last encounter ended in heated arguments. Will promises to keep things civil this time. When the two leaders finally meet, their personalities clash instantly. Will is lighthearted and comedic, while Sam is stern and serious.
This terrible situation in Spain. Light and bright. Okay. My guy.
At a joint press conference, the media bombards them with questions. Reporters ask about Will's film career and Sam's political strategies, but one journalist brings up the failed mission in Spain. Caught off guard, Will admits the mission failed, but Sam quickly deflects, insisting that the operation is still ongoing and that the killers are being hunted. Their disagreement boils over, leading to another private argument. Sam ridicules Will, saying he's nothing more than an actor who doesn't understand real leadership. Their assistants step in, warning them that constant fighting will damage their country's reputations. To smooth things over, both leaders are sent aboard Air Force One for a photo opportunity, showing unity before the public eye. Meanwhile, across the border in France, Victor berates his sniper for failing to eliminate Noel, who is still alive. Enraged, he beats the man to death. At his side is Hammond, a skilled hacker who manages Victor's operations. Back on Air Force One, Will and Sam continue bickering, Will boasting about his past as a movie star and Sam reminding him that he earned his position through hard work and sacrifice. The story intensifies aboard Air Force One, where Will, the U.S. President, and Sam, the U.K. Prime Minister, continue their tense exchange. Amid their heated debate about leadership and experience, chaos erupts when a trained assassin disguised as a chef infiltrates the plane. He kills security personnel and transmits the plane's location to his accomplices, Sasa and Olga, who relentlessly pursue it, firing bullets and missiles.
Move to intercept.
My job is about suffering.
You did it, Agatha Christie. You cracked the case.
Where are your new photographers to beat? Busted my ass to get to where I am. I was born in
We're out. Comms are fried across the board.
Despite the intense assault, the heavily armored plane withstands the attacks.
There are parachutes in the back!
A fierce internal fight also breaks out, with the intruder attacking crew members, setting parachutes on fire and creating widespread panic. As the plane begins to fail, both engines giving out, Will and Sam are instructed to move to the rear and prepare to jump with the last functional parachutes.
We can double up!
We all have our jobs!
Golden Mountain Mining Company!
An honor, Mr. President!
They are directed to a bunker where a young operative will protect them. Taking the risk, they leap from the doomed aircraft just before it crashes violently to the ground. News outlets across the globe broadcast the catastrophe. Air Force One has gone down, and it appears that both the president and prime minister have perished. In response, America quickly appoints a new president, and the UK installs a temporary prime minister, while NATO nations begin to pull back, sensing vulnerability. Hidden in the forests of Belarus, Will and Sam are still alive but remain unaware of how the assassin breached the plane. Perhaps someone inside helped him. Realizing the urgency of their situation, they discard their phones and proceed on foot toward the crash site. Upon arrival, they confirm that Rena, another key figure, is not safe, and danger could strike at any moment.
All right, don't piss.
Safe.
I don't snuffle, okay? As opposed to,
Go on then.
pick the biggest tree.
Think he's had the day off.
No, our real job is to find out who did this.
One thing for certain.
Meanwhile, in Italy, the prime minister tightens security after a hacker named Hammond infiltrates the system and leaks sensitive data. Will and Sam decide to acquire a vehicle to safely reach their destination, but are discovered by local assailants attempting to steal it.
What's on there?
They'll give us a ride. No.
A fight ensues. Sam, highly trained, holds his own, while Will, experienced only in cinematic combat, struggles.
You okay?
Just as the attackers close in, a woman intervenes, driving them to safety in her unusual vehicle, which contains some sheep. Using the cover of the livestock, they evade a checkpoint and safely enter the city. Though recognized by their rescuer, she keeps their presence a secret. They eventually arrive at the safe bunker, where a young operative named Martin guides them inside. However, CCTV cameras compromise their location once again, as Hammond the hacker has already infiltrated NATO systems. He notifies Victor, who dispatches Sasa and Olga to the bunker. Amidst all this, Martin informs Will and Sam about the data breach and a recent explosion at the NATO assembly. Despite the looming threats, they take a brief moment to regroup and plan their next move, knowing the stakes have never been higher. Inside the safe bunker, Will and Sam are warned by Martin not to reveal that they are still alive, as doing so could draw their enemies directly to them.
Some real Monica and Rachel season 2 shit.
We put our heads
You
above.
guys want a hit of these Pringles?
Last time I was in one of those, we got shot at. Don't make the call.
Just then, Olga and Sasa arrive with their armed men. Martin guides Will and Sam to an escape route while single-handedly holding off the attackers.
Out of here. But just in case things do go south, best to beat a retreat. Feed me, boys.
Taking down several of them before running out of ammunition. Sasa manages to shoot him, but by that time, Will and Sam have escaped. Pursued relentlessly, they flee down a building using the elevator, only to find more of Sasa and Olga's operatives waiting outside. At the last moment, Noel reappears, alive, protected by a bulletproof vest, and rescues them, explaining how she survived her earlier gunshot wounds. Noel reveals the reason Victor, a ruthless mafia leader, is targeting them. Years earlier, Victor's son, a brilliant scientist, had been secretly working on dangerous inventions, possibly even nuclear weapons. NATO forces launched an attack to neutralize the threat, killing Victor's son in the process. Fueled by grief and anger, Victor now seeks revenge on NATO countries. Will and Sam are still puzzled about how their information was leaked, realizing an insider must have aided the enemy in breaching Air Force One. Will suspects Sam's assistant, but Sam insists he trusts her while pointing out that Will's assistant, Bredso, could be involved. Noel takes charge, declaring that she will ensure Will and Sam reach the NATO summit safely. The trio boards a moving train to evade their pursuers. On the train, Sam and Noel share a private moment, revealing a past romantic relationship that had ended, leaving lingering feelings.
And whatever you're at. You two did a little more than work together back in the day, huh?
Back to questions. Well, I told her that I wanted to run for office.
Their reunion is cut short when Hammond the hacker arrives.
Drop it.
They made me do things I never wanted. Figured out there's an insider working at the highest level.
Warning them that Victor's forces are waiting at the next station. He advises them to jump from the train to survive and provides a critical lead on the insider leaking their location before sacrificing himself. Acting swiftly, Will, Sam, and Noel leap from the train and make their way to Croatia, following Hammond's final instructions. Once inside a secure building, they immediately begin accessing the computer Hammond had identified, seeking to discover the insider. Shockingly, the culprit is revealed to be Bredso, Will's own assistant. Before they can act further, heavily armed operatives, including Olga and Sasa, breach the building. Sam fights valiantly, deploying explosives to hold the attackers at bay. Meanwhile, Victor arrives via helicopter, taking control of the building's VT system and launching missile attacks on Sam. In the chaos, Will and Noel manage to escape to another building, but fear that Sam may have been killed.
And I am the loose end.
Determined to survive, they steal a boat and continue their mission, reaching a port by morning. On arrival, Will contacts the Madam President, confirming that he is alive, instructing her to send a vehicle quickly, and warning her to stay safe from Bredso's betrayal. As Will and Noel arrive at the rendezvous point, they quickly realize that the President's car is compromised. 2 armed men are inside, and Kark, not Bredso, is behind the ambush. A fierce battle erupts within the vehicle, with Will and Noel fighting back skillfully. Soon, Victor's forces, including Sasa and Olga, join the assault, determined to eliminate them. At this critical moment, Sam arrives in a truck, proving he is still alive, and joins the fight, taking control of the vehicle and dispatching the attackers. Despite Sasa attempting to destroy the car with RPGs, the heavily armored vehicle withstands the onslaught.
Nice.
Any other toys in this Batmobile?
He's got a rocket launcher!
The trio drives straight into a NATO assembly, interrupting a critical meeting. Kark tries to assert authority, claiming she is the true president, but Victor arrives and shoots her, sparking chaos as his men open fire. Inside the assembly, many officials are killed, and Sam and Will scramble to protect the survivors, guiding them to safety. Noel joins the fray, taking down Victor's operatives, while the villain attempts to escape via helicopter. She latches onto the helicopter, engaging in a deadly struggle. Sasa intervenes, forcing Noel into a brutal fight. During which Sasa is ultimately killed after a violent clash. Meanwhile, Sam and Will confront Victor's remaining guards. fighting their way toward the antagonist.
I think he's out.
Victor, armed and desperate, threatens them with arrows as his ammunition runs out, but ultimately boards his helicopter to flee.
You're gonna let him get away?
I don't wait in 10 years. Do you remember at the end?
Said you never saw my movies.
The classic. Sacrifices himself to save his brother.
Thinking quickly, Sam charges at Victor while Will uproots a large statue and sabotages the helicopter blades. The helicopter crashes, killing Victor, bringing an end to his reign of terror. 2 months later, Will and Sam are seen enjoying coffee together, discussing recent events and reflecting on the dangers they faced. Sam mentions that Noel is currently on a secret mission halfway across the world. Outside the cafe, media and security personnel maintain a vigilant presence, a reminder of the chaos that unfolded. In the post-credits scene, Martin attempts to impress some women by claiming he saved both the UK Prime Minister and the US President, though no one believes him, until Noel appears, vouching for him and leaving with him, hinting strongly at a sequel. With that, Head of State concludes, leaving audiences eager for the next chapter in this high-stakes, action-packed saga.